So we had a pretty unique opportunity to do a private Zoom call with one of the top suspension tuning experts really in the world. Jordi Cortez runs the race department at Fox Suspension, and he tunes all the suspension for the world's fastest cross-country athletes, the world's fastest downhill athletes. I built a little bit of a relationship with Jordi via a podcast that we do. He listened to the podcast, we had him on, kind of hit it off, became friends, and I said, hey, would you be interested in doing a video call? I just ordered brand new suspension, front and rear, for my Specialized Levo, and would love to get your take and opinion on how to set it up. And he said, sure. So, I mean, once in a lifetime opportunity to have somebody of Jordi's expertise literally help me dial it in. And we recorded that for you guys. So hopefully, you know, this helps you set your suspension up too. All right, so we've got our friend Jordi Cortez, who came on the Motor Marketing Podcast. Jordi, I appreciate you coming on today, man, and help me kind of get this thing dialed in and working well.
So obviously the first thing is always sag. The second thing is volume, which you can add or subtract volume spacers in the fork and shock, and that changes the progression of the suspension.
If a rider came to you at a World Cup and was saying what I'm saying, where it you know, I'm able to pedal the smoother flat sections how I want, but when I get into more of a high speed, rockier, quick chatter, I'm getting arm pump really bad. What would I move to initially to adjust to try to reduce that fatigue?
Obviously, first thing we do is check spring pressure, air pressure, spring, sag. If that's correct, we'd move on to rebound. And what you're looking for is to get that wheel returned into position, but not bouncing back off the ground.
Got it.
And so from my viewpoint, that looks really fast, because what you're doing there is you're gonna hit something, and that wheel's gonna return so fast that it's actually gonna smack into the next one and almost give you a secondary vibration.
Okay, so essentially you've got it set up to where now I would just go out and I would kind of bracket go, you know, up and down on the high speed and low speed. Would I do the same thing on the rebound, or is the rebound kind of, it's set, now we're just adjusting high speed and low speed once we're on the trail?
The first thing you do is check your volume, right? Like what kind of travel you're getting. And if you're consistently getting full travel, then we'd add a volume spacer. The biggest thing I want you guys to do is keep track of what you're doing, get yourself a good shock pump, and just know where you're starting from and know where you're going at all times. Whether you know it's going to make the right change or not, at least know what you've done.
I appreciate it. Awesome. We'll definitely put this to good use and see what we can do. These things are awesome. I mean, just getting on it immediately, it feels, I don't know if plush is the right word, but I didn't know if it would be a noticeable difference just riding around a parking lot, but it definitely is. Definitely beefier, and I could tell the difference. So before I even hit the trail, I was already excited about it. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're getting ready for round four of the GNCC EMTB Series presented by Specialized. It's Tuesday, June 23rd. Our race is this weekend, 27th, I believe, in Millfield, Ohio, at the John Penton. I'm excited about this one. This was my first race I ever did last year. This is the one that got me hooked. I showed up with the complete wrong bike. I had Specialized Canaff. Great bike, but it's not not for racing, right? It's more of an enduro downhill bike. Regardless, showed up, raced, fell in love. And then that was all she wrote, and that's where this team was born, was at this race last year. That's where the idea came from. We weren't supposed to go back to this track this year, but with everything going on, schedule changes and whatnot, we're going back, so I'm excited. Been working on a lot of stuff here recently, getting ready for the race. Everybody's prepping on their own thing. Cooper's working on what he's got to work on, Nathan, all the guys. My big thing has just been cutting weight. So I've really dropped the training back the last 2 weeks from the last race to this one and just focused on the diet, dropped the training way down because when I train really hard, I need to eat more. And I'm in like a big cut. Cassandra, my nutritionist, has really been helping me. We're gonna do some cardio. It's raining outside, so we're gonna do some elliptical downstairs in the home gym. But before, we're gonna try out Arma's newest flavor, newest SKU of their Fire. This is the, if I can get it to focus, strawberry lemonade. So, threw a scoop in there. We're gonna mix this up. All right, let's hop on this elliptical. We're gonna start up the polar before we start up the running. All right, here we go. Favorite parts of the whole race team is just the logistics. We're packing up. We've got the Levo ready to go. We're taking the Canaff as a backup. We'll use the battery to pre-ride. If somebody's bike goes out, we'll have this as a backup. Anyways, we're loading up today. We're leaving tomorrow. Roll out about 12 to 1. We're getting her all packed up. Well, I got the tent set up, and about 90 seconds later, it got moist. It's 15 after 5. We were supposed to have a group ride at 6:30. My boats can still have it. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Are you starting the line?
Hey, so what do you think? We rode the course. You sat it out because it was muddy, which was probably a good call. But it's a short course.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Man, really, the course, it depends on how it's going to develop with the rain tomorrow. That it's only going to be ridden by the micros would be a good thing compared to High Point, where they had everybody ride on our course, or we rode on everybody else's course. Yeah, I think it'll be good, man. Short course here, we get a lot of laps, and
it'll probably be an 8-9 lapper.
Right?
Yeah. We got Adam McGill here. You got some news for me.
Yes, so I went down to the registration trailer to sign up. They said, sir, here, it'll be this much to sign up. So I sign up, I hand it to her, and she goes, okay, have a good day. I said, whoa, calm yourself down. That ain't it. I ain't done yet. So I said, where's your entry forms for the e-bike race? She goes, what? I said, yes, the e-bike race. She goes, you're going to beat on that Nestler guy? I said, dude, I'm going to show him my butthole. The whole race.
But you're racing pro class. You're not racing amateur.
Are you serious?
Oh my God. Oh man.
Yep, so.
Race any amateur?
Good.
more like.
We got another one coming. You got more coming, Coop Dog. Pro quad guys are going. This is pit road for them. Look at our table. You ready to lose?
Huh?
You ready for me to just spank you all up?
My recommendation for you is get out there and see what that dust feels like.
Yeah,
That's
here we
what's
go.
gonna be happening.
Oh, here we go. Oh man.
And if you do attempt to pass me, I will push you over.
post-race, we're gonna do interviews. I was having the best race of the year so far for me. And last lap, I was in 5th or 6th, which would have been the best finish for me. I felt good, I was pushing hard. It's like, okay, last lap, let's try to get my time as low. So I have the best lap I've had, and had a mechanical. And you know, when you're pushing these bikes as hard as you can, unfortunately, sometimes you have those. Had a mechanical, had no power, had no motor, and these bikes are heavy when you don't have any power. So I finished, I'm proud of that. We're gonna talk to Dave Canaff, who is was one of the dads of Cooper, one of the parents, but he started racing. And man, you talk about an inspiration. This guy got a flat tire on the first lap and rode 4 complete laps. So I finished because of him, so we're gonna go talk to him. How'd your race go?
It was a lot of up and down. So right off the start, had a mechanical, pushed the first hill on the start, did a restart on my bike, dead last, and played catch up for a while. Trying to go through, I had made a mistake and left my mud tires on, and on the roots, it put me into the ground. So got back up, got back on the bike, just going as hard as I could to catch everybody. Ended up getting into first place, and was there for half a lap or so, and I was struggling on some of the rooty sections because of the tire choice that I made, and kind of started slipping back to second, and then I yard sailed again on a high-speed section that hit my head, just took the wind out of me, and then Ian Smith, who was in third, got in second, and then I got up and kept going, and really just kind of ended up as third. So not happy with how the race went, but you know, points wise for the overall, I'm still kind of thinking, you know, as long as I'm in the chase, good. You know, how about you?
That's my battle act.
How did your race go?
I
think it went awesome, dude. You should be.
Yeah, I was. You
got a lot of positives, bro.
So off the start, I was in third, and I was happy about it. We were pulling away. Adam had crashed, but he caught up to us, and when he caught me, I dropped back, I think, immediately to 5th, and I was holding that. I think I dropped back to 6th, and I was trying to hold that, and it would have been my best finish. The last lap, I felt good. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to put down the best lap time I've had.
Good dude, man.
And I got right past the finish line onto kind of the flat back section, and I could something just didn't feel right, and kind of lost all my power.
Right.
So I had to ride pretty much the entire last lap with 0 power, but the only reason I finished it was because of this guy, who is the father of Cooper Canaff, he started racing last race, and he had a dead battery last time. This time he got a flat tire on what, your first lap? Was that your first lap? Yeah, here, let's ask him.
I don't even think you're halfway through. First downhill. I mean, I pedal up the uphill. First downhill, got a nice breeze, hit the bottom of it.
Here, let me take it over to the thing. This is his tire. This is what he rode the entire race with. He rode the entire race with that. So when he rides the entire race with that, I can't stop. And I get stuck. My motor goes out right next to you. So then I'm like, well, I'm next to him. I can't quit because that's embarrassing. He's right there.
I passed him with flat tire. He was pushing.
Yeah. He had a motor and a flat tire, had full air on my tires, and no motor. We got hot dogs, but
and how did
he was pushing? That gave me the motivation to pump up that hill.
Good.
Seriously.
That's good. I think we had a tough day mechanically for the team, but that's really the first time we've really had that kind of an experience. And you know,
we were okay. He told me he couldn't see out of one of his eyes. Like, did he hit something?
He wrecked a few times, he said.
Yeah, he probably just had dust in it.
All right, he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. He's a kid.
All right, good.
You wrecked a couple.
Let me talk to Adam. All right, future champ, how'd we do?
Hey, I can't say.
Here, we got a first place.
Yeah, first place.
There we go.
So first, can't be more proud of the team here because of what they did. Finishing the race on flats without batteries, it's really cool to see. The crowd reacts to that. Luke and Dave finishing the race was epic. What an awesome time. My race didn't start off well. I got pitched out on the start, went down, battled with Luke for a mile or so, managed to get around him, managed to get around first, and you know, took some dirt samples along the way, and I didn't have a good race, so fortunate enough, there was some mechanicals in the field. I was able to pick off a few riders, work my way up into first, and hold on to a good solid lead. And yeah, I mean, you know, some days your bad races are, you know, your good races. So it's nice.
Nice work, man. So overall, the race weekend in Ohio went really well. You know, I had my mishap, but overall the team did very well. Really excited for Adam. He's really kind of coming into his own as a title contender this year. It was really cool to watch him and Connor battle. I think they're gonna be kind of the two guys this season. And you know, the season rolls on. We're getting ready for the next batch of races, and everybody knows what they need to work on, know what they need to get better at. And we're just excited. We're excited to be racing with everything that's going on. The fact that we've got this many races in and looks like we're gonna be able to get the rest of the season in. You know, we're excited. So we're gonna go charge up our e-bikes, get back to work, and see you guys at the next race.
You know, I've seen some of the races online, and I kind of get a feel for what's going on. But until you actually go in and you're at there racing, you just don't know what to expect.
Here's my bike. Oh man, the chain really dug into the, yeah.